Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we were exploring Val Royeaux. We did also receive an invitation from Madame de Fer to her summer salon. That sounds lovely. And we are also looking for red things in the market district. Now then, let's see what's in here. I do believe this is a shop. Oh, hello. The Emporium of Mortal Means. A plaque reads, "For all matters defensive concern, offensive intent, and study of arts martial, and, with sanction, magical." Yes. Hello?
I am open to you and yours. I price at a premium for everyone, so don't assume it's because you're with the Inquisition. I expect my customers to know a rarity when they see it, just as I do.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really buy much from the merchants in Inquisition. I have no need to. I can always find better just kind of out and about. Yeah, this is all weapons. Ooh, actually, you know what? We can sell some stuff whilst I'm here. Aha. Yeah, we can get rid of that. The buckler. Cassandra, how does that... Ooh. Yeah, I need to give you that at some point. That's a dagger. So, 100... 123. 126. Okay. You can go. You can go. You can go. The Kunari battle axe. I don't really feel like I need these, so you can both go, and yeah, we'll keep one. There we are. And that has something we can take off. Get rid of that one. No one's level 6 yet. Oh, that's ugly armor. No, thank you. We only wear pretty things. That can go. And you know what? That can go. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Amulet of Power for Varric! I need to give that to him. I forgot all about that. The potion belts can go. They're useless. Ask him that. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Now, I'm just inclined to show these off more for your sake than anything. As I said, I don't really shop at the merchants. There really isn't much point.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and especially the mages. Just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business. Especially if you put my wares to use.
Thank you, Pierre-Marie. And I do believe this is all... Yeah, this is all, like, mage goods. Anything else in here to read? No, thank you. Your store was lovely, sir. However, we don't really need anything just yet. The First Lion of Orlais. In respect to Emperor Alphonse Valmont. The Lions of Orlais, a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders otherwise noted. It is rumoured that one is gold, one is bronze, and weighted with poison, one is chocolate, and one is watching. As the saying goes, dare we all a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try and deny Orlais. In truth, all are lead and leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long, lest the mind give way. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium, a bard. I would love to see someone just hop up on one of these statues, like, get an artist, I want my portrait done. That'd be amazing. Grace of the Empire, East. A plaque reads, "Welcome all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all, for theatre and business, for partnership and proposal. Be seen. A notice below reads, "This display reserved for songs traditional by Lord Bramford and his players cancelled." Aw, that's sad. Someone's had their show cancelled. Boo. The fourth line of Orlais, in respect to Duke Stephen of Valmontagne, Grace of the Empire South, a notice reads, "Reserved for his strangeness, Sir Sound and his static puppets behind glass." Okay. Okay, that one's a little bit weird, but go off. It's fine. The third line of Orlais, in respect to Duke Yvonne of Souverain. Don't think I pronounced that right. Grace of the Empire West, a notice reads, "This display reserved for presentations of affection as though private and also discounted spirits presented by Company Misdirect Theatre." Okay. Sounds a little bit weird, but could be fun. The second line of Orlais, in respect to Duke Isidore de Arlesin, and Grace of the Empire North, a notice reads, "This display reserved for discourse political with attending professors of social matters from the University of Orlais. Note that all vendors of loftable groceries will be closed in the hour beforehand and for 1/2 after." I mean, you just gotta get there 2 hours early, then you can buy all of the tomatoes you need. Like, you should have closed the fruit vendors, like, at least a day before. Are you alright?
Move along.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, madam. I'm sorry for bothering you. That leads to the docks. We did have something to find in the docks, I believe. La pomme vie et morte. The apples nearest the cafe are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking toward or away from the gallows. And of course they do, for taste is subject to the whims of the heart, and no meal is favoured after tears. But dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. Good advice. Excuse me. Pardon me. Nothing back here. Don't worry, guys. I'm coming back. Coming back.
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can help. At the very least, we can appear like everything is normal. Yes.
And this is Orlais, so appearances really do matter. Ah, yes, you're the accessories guy. And none of them are anything, like, too amazing. They're all just kind of normal quality. That reminds me. Oh, crap. What did I just do? Oh, thank God. I can... If I remember correctly, when the game launched, sell all sold everything in your inventory. It was only meant to be like a sell all valuables. However, it sold everything, and it caught me out. I've never trusted this button since. I always prefer to go into valuables and, like, sell them myself. Ever since then, I just... Yeah, buyback. Okay, yeah, nothing important got lost. Okay, that's fine. That's all good. I damn near had a heart attack, but it's all good. Pardon me. Pardon me, madam. Ooh. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict pitting brother against sister, not just outright war pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened, along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the rights of losses and missing remain, that the citizens, however indirectly, be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt we as Orlesians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release. There must be grief. There must be mourning. If not, if we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this day, this time, we must let this simple expression stand. Written by Captain Albion, Orlesian Guard, Summer Bazaar. Good man. Very good man. People have suffered, and it's really not wise to bottle grief in. You can't just pretend grief hasn't happened. You need to deal with it. Just for your own sake, not for anyone else's, but just so that you can sort of get better. Doesn't seem like the right word to me, but like I hope you understand what I mean. Like, people need to grieve. It is a human process, and to deny that grief, it's very damaging. Mirror de la Mer reviles folly. Mirror de la Mer was cut from Val Royeaux in 849 Blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Revile, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the Vale. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the first 4 blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. Revile intended it for divination, using boats as massive planchettes, but work was not finished until the week of his own death. The waters see little use today, save for lazy, or fornication, sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas. Exerted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium, a bard. And here we have the reservoir. I think this is quite lovely. I wouldn't mind going out on a gondola and just, hanging about on the water. Seems quite nice. Excuse me.
Something you need?
Reservoir stocking evaluation. Tremors, floating, taste is off, water birds die off. Restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. That... I'm assuming this is because of the breach. The breach is... Because if I remember correctly, or at least what this sounds like to me, this sounds like things that happened before an earthquake. I might be incorrect on that. My knowledge of natural disasters isn't particularly comprehensive, but this sounds to me like an earthquake is incoming. So I'm assuming that this is because of the breach. The breach is just having this effect on the world. There we go. Red handkerchief. Favours for friends. A red handkerchief folded around a key with a small hasty scrawl. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Herald. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. And then here's the thing. There's a read thing over here, and I will get it. The Randy Dowager Quarterly! A waterlogged quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring with the collective... bloody hell, what is that? Oh, give me a minute. Oh no, this is a... Cuirasses? That doesn't sound right to me. Califigian? Califigian? I'm gonna go with Califigian. Cuirassiers? Cuirassiers. Oh, I can't remember how I was saying this now. Shit. Genitivi, why have you done this to me? Let's give it a go. The Randy Dowager welcomes the blooms of spring with the collective Califigian Cuirassiers being a scandalous representation of Her Majesty's favoured court in flagrante delectable. Can their uniforms and modesty withstand the assault? The Randy Dowager. Exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, Hardly a Tethras, but generously arousing if polished cuirass does it for you. And it should. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. RD. Oh, Genitivi. Genitivi, my good sir. Don't fall in the water, guys. Don't. Why have you done this? Why have you done this? Go! Now teleport. Yes, there we go. That's how it's done. Now then, what do we have? Again, I'm so sorry, madam. I am so sorry that you got punched in the middle of public. In the middle of town. God, that must have been so embarrassing. Le Masque de Lyon. We cheered when honoured was her might, but many more deserve a thought, for though she was first a knight, her ken and kind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication Le Masque de Lyon, sponsored by Princess Corinne's first cavalry, for those we stood beside. Oh, that poor dragon. Are you okay?
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
So we've just invaded Val Royeaux? Excuse me?
What are they up to?
Can we do that? That doesn't seem right. Excuse me? No, I want... The head of Madame Snappy-Snips. Mascot of Le Masque de Lyon, named in jest, but genuinely respected. The Grand Marm, as she is also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig, the previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting that named the era. I don't know why I'm having so many tongue fumbles today. I really don't. I'm reading things like I can't read. Oh dear. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone terribly wrong. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting that named the era. While others were quick to assume the tales of ancient Navaran dragon hunters must have been exaggerated, he tracked the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed we had yet to see a true return of the beasts of legend, and that the specimens of his day were young despite their ferocity. It is a cruel victory, but today we know Sir Koenig to have been correct, even as he may have fallen to his own expertise. He was, years overdue from his last hunt, and for the rest of us, travel wary. What we thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. The sisters of Madame Snappy-Snips may have left their sibling far behind. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium, a bard. Very interesting. Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Madam, you're holding your thing wrong, but there you go. What have we got this time?
I don't think they knew. I can't believe it.
This is in French, by the way. Yes, I do remember this one. Oh, it's very lovely. I do like that when Meriden is in Orlais, she speaks French. That's such a nice touch. Not of heroes, Mafarath and sacrifice. Andraste, our lady, the sword and the fire against Tevinter, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Mafarath, now synonymous with treachery. But would Andraste have won, and if not, what would we have lost? Let us look not just at the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave, but as an arrow. And as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of the Empire. Andraste the Inspiration may not have considered such, but Mafarath the General fought for homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Mafarath made the deal that killed Our Lady. That is fact. And when Andraste died, Mafarath was gifted everything from the southern plains south. How generous and impossible to hold this must have seemed. Let us look on Mafarath and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation, but from a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers, and none of this was accident? How then fared Isarath, Evrion, and Varald? Excerpted from A History Not of Heroes, Readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard. And then what are we looking for? You! Another red handkerchief. Favours for friends. A different, simple script on the back of a stable report marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Keris. Saw those who asked about the Herald enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Interesting. What am I looking at? Oh, that's fine. And we can't enter here yet, but I do believe this is essentially like a furniture store. You can buy beds and, you know, windows, that kind of thing. The summer home of Messer Glubs. A plaque reads, a seasonal home for the childhood pet of the twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Messer Glubs remains unknown, save that he was a gift from a Ravani ambassador, and he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand off a sluggish page. Oh dear! Messer Glubs! Messer Glubs is a savage, hot damn! Do you have anything to say?
Salutations.
Oh, hello, you're much friendlier than the last card we spoke to. And oh, look at that. This is a beautiful tree. Simply stunning. Victory and Shade. A plaque reads, here grows one of many strange trophies returned from the liberation of Kirkwall in 760 Storm, where brave Orlesian forces turned back the unstoppable Kunari. A cutting, salvaged from a burning dreadnought, was presented to Emperor Cyril, and it was tended to full growth by the careful hands of Val Royeaux' master landscapers. So this is the type of tree we could expect to see in Saharon. I do hope we go to Saharon. I really do. I know we're practically guaranteed to be in Tevinter in Dragon Age 4, but I hope we get to go to Saharon. I would absolutely adore to see the foliage and just all of the wonderful plant life there must be. The Lover's Alcove. Every district has one, at least one. And the question must be, why is a place meant for dalliance declared in such an obvious way? And the answer, of course, is that obviousness is the entirety of the point. When manners and station will not allow impassioned words, such corners are places to be seen, not being seen. Entering with a paramour is as much a declaration as singing out in joy, which one of good standing must never do. The alcove is thus a dignified means of announcing romantic affiliation, either for genuine partnership, or to appear as such in order to spare a suitor a refusal. Dignity, of course, requiring that one does not also make use of the darkness for actual physical gratification. This has, of course, never occurred. From Our Orlesian Heart by formerly Sister Lodine. Yes, of course! Of course no one has ever got busy in the dark alcove. What a thing to even suggest! How dare! Not of Heroes, the Death of Diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Isarath was not meant to honour Mathrath, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was to turn... I did read that right. let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Mathrath to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Isarath was granted a land of tribes, of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification, which most condemn as arrogance. Sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favour centralised trade and power. Cities were levelled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Val Royeaux of Orlais, and all in the name of not lost Andraste, but of holding back looming Tevinter. Power was united, but culture less so. Investing everyone in the new Orlais stratified the classes, and through it all spread a bitterness that a Ferelden ruled. Isarath avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too, but he was still Alamari. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident or even the deliberate actions of Isarath, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mathrath would succeed at creating a peer for Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. Excerpted from A History Not of Heroes, Readings in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium, a bard. Now then, are you a thing? Yes, you are. Her Majesty's Convenience. A plaque reads, "For Her Majesty's convenience, wood and vines defy the very sun and rain." Again, very, very nice. I like the flowers. I like flowers, full stop. I like nature, but not necessarily being too far out in nature. I like my own back garden.
What? Yes, I'm sorry.
All is well?
Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly.
Okay, Antoinette. So I will say, Sister Antoinette is basically she is how the player knows how the chantry feels towards the Inquisitor. If the chantry feels negatively, you come see Antoinette, and she basically tells you to go screw yourself. Then you know, okay, I'm not in the chantry's favour. This is basically the chantry is neutral towards the Inquisition at this point, and if you go and she's very friendly, then that means the chantry is viewing the Inquisition favourably. Anything else?
Maker.
Oh, hello. You're right, sir.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
Okay. I have in my head, I feel like this guy sells codex entries. If you do a main quest, and obviously you can't go back into that area, then he will sell the codex entries you've missed. I do believe. I might be wrong on that front, though. Nowhere to go up here. Again, I think this place is so beautiful. Look at this. Excuse me. Pardon me, people. Thank you. Solus, don't jump! Oh my god. We were rude to him and he jumped off the balcony. Oh my god, Solus. Solus, are you okay? Solus. So how did you get behind me? Oh my god. He's a mage. Mages are capable of doing odd things like that. Oh my goodness. You gave Aenor a heart attack. How dare you, Solus? How dare? Let me find a door. Or something. Some way of fast traveling. Aha. Excellent. Because yes, maps. Some areas have multiple levels. Click the icons in the top right to view them. Yes, so this is the first floor. Let's head up to the second. Yes, there is the last friend of Red Jenny doodad. Yep, heading up. Right there. Favours for friends. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document, stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below in a misspelled script, herald go at time, praise Adrast. They mean Andraste. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, path, and key to a location on the world map. Thank you. However, I only have a minute left on my timer, so we do not have time to do that today. A season of the Four of Foul. At this window, the thief, Treadwell, did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant, a bard of Lord Hailvine. Hero thief, foiled bard, and conspiring noble were all censured as per their station and relevant action. Lashings and labour, disappeared, and ostracised for the social season, respectively. The scandal played out far longer in the theatrically serialised adaptation, which reimagined the three as siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, save the punishment of the thief and noble being swapped to comic effect. Generally good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium, a bard. I want to know how high this lady's hair was. Like, how high are we talking? Like, over a foot? Like, I could see all Legions doing that. Like, I want my wig to be the highest possible. I want it to be 3 foot tall. And to stand perfectly straightly. Like, I could 100% see an Orlesian doing that. Not of heroes, division and distance. For a supposed creature of jealousy and greed, Mafarath is less so indeed. For while his word brought low the bride of the Maker, his prize was quickly divided and distance. Let us consider the lesser of the sons in this matter. Of Evrion we know little. The middle boy, he was tasked with ruling the lands to be the Marches. No claim by the father was made, no in my name to humble, and that freedom is shown in the result. For Evrion himself was the least concerned with power. He among all led by example, not demand, and spoke only of sacrifice. When betrayal was revealed, Evrion acts as a man broken, dispersing his holdings to the various tribes. It was a penance that spared him his family, but it also dispersed influence. To this day, the free marches are scattered. Of Verald, more is known, for his actions bring him to the state of our nation. But his folly begins in Navarra, where we must ask, was this the will of a betrayer father, or a mistake of youth? Mafrath gave rule to the youngest, Verald, and never claimed Navarra. Never did he sit on the throne, and he is thought to have rarely visited. But his name is hated there most of all, for it was bartered for legacy by the son. Unlike Evrion, Verald spoke not as example but to claim. Never his name was mentioned without that of his mother and father. His claims were bold, their actions were his, and their thoughts all shared. But from the father on his throne in Ferelden, no word is recorded, and we wonder, was it deliberate? For when the betrayal was revealed, all with ties to Mafarath were vilified, and so strong were the ties that Verald had drawn, that his court was killed to a man, and he was forced to flee. Had he kept silent, as seems the will of the knowing father, and had he girded as the father had guided the elder Isarath, then Verald might have remained to rule. But that would require that the betrayer not be as he is drawn, and it would have kept Verald in Navarra, and it would have kept Verald from Orlais, and it would have prevented the further betrayal that truly birthed Orlais. exerted from a history not of heroes, readings in the ugly heart of change, collected by Philium Abad. I would very quickly like to apologize. Cassandra, no! Don't do what Solus did, for the love of God, please. Yeah, once again, I would like to apologise for how stilted my reading has been today. I really don't know what's going on. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, an unread quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager ignites winter passions with the collected, conscripted by love, being a tale of heroes come legends, the Grey Wardens, and their shining duty to claim those of promise who most suit their joining. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, always a classic when wardens come calling, or, dare one suggest, the reverse? 4 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5, RD, Genitivi. Genitivi, after your encounter with Artin, how can you say such things? And I am going to bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, again, more exploring Val Royeaux. I didn't think it was going to take me this long. However, I had forgotten that there were multiple levels to Val Royeaux, so my apologies for that. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.